people. As you can see on the clock on the wall behind me, it is just after 12:30 at night, and this will be my third video of the day. Uh, totally unintentional. I got a message from someone who was commented on my last video about the British government and posted something that I did not even know, but it literally came in. Um, a, it says about an hour ago. I just got the message maybe about 10 minutes ago, and I was just lying in bed going, I gotta say something. I mean, I was literally, well, the light was off. I had nothing on because I sleep naked. That's just me. Lying in bed, had already started my nightly movie, had Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back already playing, and the message came in, and this is the message. And I will, um, I if you want to read and respond to this particular message, you can go to the last video and respond to this person there. But I'm going to read the message. He says, there is also talk here in Britain of making professional doms and dominatrix and the use of their services illegal, which would have driven which yeah have driven such practices underground, making the use of pro doms mistresses um, extremely risky for all involved. Again, supposedly to protect women from exploitation and abuse. Sigh. Okay. This person's dead on the money. Absolutely dead on the money. The British government and any government, let's just make that clear, making pro doms, and I have my opinion about pro doms. I'm not going to mince words here. I am not a fan of pro doms. I don't like what I consider the prostitution of BDSM. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't think it should be illegal either. I am also an advocate for legalizing prostitution. I have never been to a prostitute. I would never go to a prostitute. I have never paid money to have sex. Okay. With that being said, um, I've had at least two slaves in my life who had been in porn. One only had only done one. Had done several, and I had another who was um, a fetish model doing bondage porn. Non-sexual bondage porn as a living, but she had also been um, a call girl, prostitute. No pimps or anything, but her and a friend did things together, and she made a living off of that for a while. Uh, and I got to be the beneficiary of that experience. She was damn good. Um, and I've had people, and I've known pro doms, and even though I disagree with with it, because a lot of the part of my problem is most of the pro doms out there are not lifestylers. It's a job. They go to work, they dress up, they grab toys off the wall, they do it, they go home, and they don't participate in the community at all. They're not really into the life. But with that being said, making it illegal would be really stupid and dangerous. Very simply, using this concept of trying to make it safer for women safe means they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Okay? When it comes to the pro dom community, women control that community. Let's just make it very clear. Women control the pro dom community. there are very few pro-dom males in the straight community, that is. In the gay community, there are some, but they're not the majority. The majority in the pro dom community are females. They run. Most of them run the businesses, um, or have or at least are in high management positions. There was a club that I would go to called Passive Arts in Los Angeles. I still believe they're up and running. If not, it would be a shame because what they did do for the community, I thought was really awesome. They were a pro dom facility, and then on the weekends um, they would then open it up to have play nights um, for uh, for the community, and then on an occasional Sunday, they would have um, speakers come in to do talks and demos, and then open the club up. And I had some of my most favorite experiences in that club because I had it basically an entire club pretty much empty where I could use whatever room I wanted and do whatever I wanted without hundreds of people around me. It was amazing. The thing about it is, if you were to make it illegal, it doesn't stop people from wanting to do it. What would happen is, and this person's dead right, it would to make it go underground. Here's the thing. When it's above ground and it's legal and there's an issue, you have recourse. You have the ability to get authorities involved, lawsuits, whatever, if something goes wrong. If you make it illegal, then not only are you putting yourself at danger for engaging in being a pro dom, but the person you are doing it with also is in danger because if they get caught, not only can you go to jail, but the person you're playing with can go to jail because it's going to be the same as being a pimp and a prostitute or being a John and a prostitute. That is stupid. This is amazing that the British government has absolutely nothing else better to do than this. They are so far. I mean, I am. They are so far left that they are going right. They are doing the bidding of the hardcore conservatives who want to ban anything that's not heterosexual procreation, and that's it. If it's not heterosexual specifically for procreation, the hardcore right, the religious right, that's what they want. Now, what's happening is that the hardcore left are doing the same bidding that the hardcore right wants because they are coming up with this. Oh, we're trying to protect women, as if women are these little special snowflakes that need to be protected by us big tough men. Bullshit. Bullshit. Women in this community are some of the strongest, smartest, able women in the entire world. If you look at just the studies that have been done about women in this community, very clearly it states that they are smarter, more well adjusted than any other community out there. And there's a reason to do this, to do what we do. You have to be. You have to be. You cannot do this and not be well adjusted. Because if you don't, if you are not, you will fall apart like that. And pro doms are some of the most professional people you will ever meet. They know who they are, they know what they want, and they're not afraid to say this is how it works. There are rules, rules, organizations. There's the whole code of conduct. All of this for pro doms. To take that away and drive it underground. Now, it is one of the most ridiculous things I have ever heard, because all it's going to wind up doing is doing the exact opposite of what they're saying they're doing it for. It's going to make women less safe. Making prostitution illegal makes women less safe. If you legalize it, just like anything else you prohibit, if you legalize it, control it, set rules, make guidelines, give recourse. If you made prostitution legal, what would happen? The pimps would disappear because all of the women would be able to work in facilities that are controlled by a legal means. I just look at Nevada and the facilities that they have in Nevada. These are places and organizations that are run efficiently. The women are tested for diseases. They get health care. Condoms are mandatory. There's safety. If there's something goes wrong in the room, they have a panic button. This is the thing. Why wouldn't that become the model? Why isn't that hey, that's the way it should work? But just like every other thing they make illegal, all the things they're saying is we're making this illegal to keep people safe. It does the exact opposite. Prohibition does not work. Period. Name me one prohibition that has worked. We have a prohibition against murder. People still get murdered. Do I think that murder should become legal? No. Okay? But to sit here and to say, oh, that we're going to do this to make people safe, is a lie. And you know it's a lie. You're doing it because you go look at it and go, that's icky. Why are they doing that? I wouldn't do that. So they shouldn't do that. That's ridiculous. That's pathetic. It's all it's doing is going to make life harder for everybody. It's going to drive this community of professional women underground and make them less safe. Because right now there's rules and structures and legalities that have to be followed. They have to do certain specific things to become legally a pro, to work in a pro dom facility. And there's all kinds of safety measures and everything else involved. If we take that shit away, what's going to happen? It's going to make women less safe. It's common fucking sense. But they don't care about common sense. We live in a society right now that cares more about the wording than the reality. We're doing this to keep women safe. I'm sorry, but if that's the way you're thinking, you're not doing it right. So, again, I'm tired. It's late. I'm rambling, but I think my points are very clear here again. So, I'm gonna upload this, put a thing on it, and go from there. But to the person who sent that thing, thank you very much, because this is something that needed to be said. Okay. I don't know why people are even acting this way. I mean, if this is where big government to me, I'm not I'm not I'm not a Republican. I'm really not a Democrat. I'm not a libertarian. I'm just kind of in my own universe. And what I see is, this is ridiculous. But that's it for now. Be well and safe.